Well, higher prices at the pump and the grocery stores. We've all seen a hike in prices, and you've heard the term inflation just about from everyone. In today's Watching Your Wallet, Colin Evans from Evans Financial is here to talk about how inflation is steadily reducing the value of money. Hey, it's good to have you here, Colin.
Thanks, man.
Talk to me about this with inflation. How does this affect your retirement? Is this sucking money away from your retirement money?
Yeah, well, you got to think this is a deadly killer. This is not something that knocking on the door. This is like the thief that comes in the middle of the night and is slowly stealing your stuff. Because that inflation is creep. This is something that you don't really see. And so one of the biggest things is when those retirees are going into fixed incomes, and because that's kind of stopping the paychecks from work, and you're living off Social Security, maybe a pension, and you're really going into that budgeting time, inflation can hit hard because we've got the creep of these prices going up, but we're might be living on a steady fixed income with our gas, utilities, and things like that. So it's something that needs to be planned for. What we want to stress is with the hidden impact of this, just because we hear inflation might be 2 to 3%, because it's kind of been the common ground over the last several years, minus our 2020 and 2021 when we were seeing 8 and 9. But that 2 to 3% doesn't sound like a lot, but think about this. For that number to double, it's about 20 to 25 years. So if you've got $50,000 of expenses now, 20 to 25 years from now, that's going to be 100. This has to be a part of a retirement plan. You've really got to plan for that, because if you want to continue doing the fun things in retirement time, this has to be put into the equation to pay attention to it. One of the things we highly suggest, of course, is always visiting with a financial professional, discussing that, but also incorporate this in with tax and incorporate this with your actual true investment side. And it's not really about protecting wealth and looking at it from that side. This is really, the inflation creep is really protecting your lifestyle, because when you go into retirement, you don't want to have to cut back, become a Walmart greeter or something like that, to make extra money. Retirement is what you're building and we're striving for to go into. Like, this is a little bit of our enjoyment time. You don't want to have to worry about that. Pre-planning always wins.
The smart move, I mean, what's that all about?
Yeah, this is our pre-planning. This is, we need to go visit with your tax person, visit with your financial person, make sure this is put into place and you are counting on this. While you see that 2 or 3%, again, that is an inflation creep. You need to plan for what that can be in the 20, 25-year time frame, and what's that going to look like with your income and your finances down the road. And
so yeah, you want to be able just to kind of ride into the sunset, I guess, when you're retiring, and do what you want to do with that money.
Absolutely. That's what that's what it's there for. It's funny because everybody's a little bit different in retirement. It's like, I want to spend the last dollar, slide into the grave, and that check to the undertaker bounces, or I want to leave a legacy to my kids. Everybody's going to be a little bit different on how they want to plan for that.
Yeah. It's really amazing to look at inflation, how it affects you in so many different ways. A lot of people forget about the retirement. So they just talk about current date and not down the road, but it really does affect every aspect of your financial life.
Yeah, and it does. We don't see, while companies, they might reduce the quantity amount in the product, or the price of the product goes up a little bit, we don't really see that go back down. It's like, hey, we're going to get refunds and we're just going to knock things off of here. Yeah, it's called a coupon, and they do that from time to time for sales, but we don't see that. So that's why we want to bring that to light.
Thank you, Colin. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Great tips. Absolutely.